The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, Mukesh sir. Can you please unmute your mic?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Yeah, sorry for the delay.
Welcome, everyone. Mukesh sir, you can start the session.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, good evening, everyone. This is Mukesh. Firstly, thank you to Team Interlogic for this opportunity. I'm an ex-student of Interlogic. Um, Speaking of my journey to Salesforce, I initially started off by enrolling to admin and dev regular learning batch. After a few months of the sessions went on for 2.5 months, and after that a couple of months I started working on trailhead and certificate trailhead modules, badges and certification stuff. After that, and in the last February I enrolled for internship, and after internship I started applying for different companies, through LinkedIn, Naukri and stuff. And recently I have cracked a couple of interviews from Deloitte, Aero Electronics and Salesforce. And currently I'm working as a mainframe system programmer, and yeah, with the support of Shaker and team, I successfully made transition into Salesforce. Yeah, this is all about my journey to Salesforce.
So the first question is, sir, please tell me about the experience of your interview in the Deloitte.
So yeah, Deloitte interview actually uh, 4 rounds in total. So the first round, the Deloitte interview process for both India and USA are pretty much same. Um so first, they will have a screening round where just like the certification test, will they'll give some 60 questions where we need to score around the HR representative told I need to get a minimum score of 50 to proceed ahead with the further rounds. So after the screening round, within a day or two, if you are like qualified, they'll call you for a technical discussion. They call it as a round RD1 and RD2, round one and round two, and both the rounds will happen at the same time. And in the first round, they asked about some admin questions and development basics. So questions related to questions related to security and sharing settings, like these are scenario based questions, like for suppose users are having a same profile, how you for a particular user, how you grant additional access and stuff. uh, and about sharing rules, and they asked a couple of scenario based questions on the security and sharing settings. And after that, in admin, the topic they most stressed is related to automation. So they keep on asking like, what are the automation tools we have. I replied as workflows, process builder, and flows and approval process and stuff. So they asking like, uh, why we need workflows, why at which situation we go for workflows and not process builder and flows. Same like for process builder, why we prefer process builder over, in which situation we prefer process builder. And what we cannot do with workflows and process builder and we can do with flows. Like a couple of questions related to automation, like what is an outbound message, um, what are the tasks that we can perform through flow, and like that, what are the types of flows we have. And after a couple of questions in automation, they asked about some questions on what are the types of reports. And um, I remember, in validation rules, what is the difference between is null and is blank, what is the difference, and what is report types. This is how the first round went, and after that, uh, the senior consultant is also in the call. So she started asking the development related questions. So like, what is asynchronous Apex, and um, like, why we use batch Apex. Like, she asked me to write the code of batch Apex. I am familiar with the syntax, and I wrote that, uh, and given a scenario, like, asked to write the like in which events we write the in which events we use this trigger. So they given a syntax for a roll up summary syntax, and in which events, like, before or after, in which situations we use this. They asked a couple of questions on triggers, asynchronous Apex, and they given a scenario based question on relationship queries. So like, we have an account object, we have a contact object. So how to get data from, how we query account and get data from contact, like that, and how we query contact and get data from account if they are connected. So a couple of questions on relationship queries, and asynchronous apex and triggers. And um, the main concern is I am from mainframe domain. So they ask like, what like, you don't have any previous work experience with Salesforce, how can you like, what is the reason for switching to this, and do you have any practical experience on working on that? So I started sharing the internship document stuff I worked on, and showed my developer, like, shared my screen and showed my developer, or like, what are the automation stuff I worked on, and showed my trailhead profile, and selected for the next round, which is a director round, where the assessment will be based on our soft skills. And mostly they like, in the director round, they'll ask questions based on our resume, mostly. And yeah, the whole process was like 3 to 4 weeks in Deloitte. So if you placed an application in both, you can proceed ahead with both Deloitte India and Deloitte USA at the same time. So yeah, that is all about Deloitte.
Okay, sir. So the next question is,
Hello.
please tell us something about your Salesforce interview.
So Salesforce actually, I gave my first attempt for the support, Salesforce technical support engineer, in the month of February. So I couldn't clear in the first attempt. So uh, like, in the month of June, I like, reapplied for the same after the cool off period of 3 months. And yeah, the process is quite simple. There are only 2 rounds in Salesforce: technical and managerial. So technical, if you are applying for a role like a Salesforce admin, technical support engineer, or something, the questions were asked. The interview will be more of an admin related, like, the same, security, automation, and all that. And so what additionally asked in Salesforce interview was, to me, was like, about any tool, like, any tool you have worked on, like Workbench or Informatica or something, any work experience with those tools, he asked. And change set deployment, what is the difference between custom metadata and custom settings. And yeah, so any experience of migrating the existing workflows and process builder to flows. So rest all are common questions, like, say, security and sharing settings, OWD, and those are some scenario based questions on security related. And additionally, they asked about, given a scenario of case escalation rules and how we implement it. Yeah. And managerial round is mostly on the soft skills part. So coming to Salesforce, of my 2 experience, I would suggest you to go with a referral when applying to Salesforce, because it will definitely better your chances of selection. And yeah, managerial round like, plays a key role here. So the mostly you need to present yourself. They will in managerial round they will ask some questions some tricky questions. How you given a suppose you got a two incidents of high priority at the same time, which one will you resolve and why? Such kind of questions. Suppose yeah, your manager is on call. You needs to work you on an incident at the parallel time. Your colleague needs your support on a particular case. Which do you prefer? Such kind of tricky scenarios they'll ask in the managerial round, and after that. Yeah, they'll whole process will be wind up in a day or two. So I had my technical discussion in the morning and managerial in the afternoon. Within 2 days they uh, they send me the result. Yeah. This is all about Salesforce. Also they asked any LWC experience you have. Actually I don't. I'm my experience is I don't have any work experience with LWC. So yeah, I I couldn't answer any LW related questions. Hello. Hello. Am I audible? Hello. Uh, Shikhar, am I audible? Hello. Siddhant, am I audible? Sh- Shikhar, am I audible now? So, regarding my interview preparation, so I focused on the core topics when it comes to admin, like security. The first thing, security, and the second one is automation, which includes workflows, process builder, approval process, and flows. And the third one I focused is on analytics part, reports and dashboards. And next, the rules, the three rules: validation rule, duplicate rule, and matching rule. After these four, like sandboxes, editions, and licenses stuff. So when it comes to development, uh, uh, order of execution and relationship queries, any scenario based questions on asynchronous apex, collections, SOQL, SOSL, and others. And yeah, I also prepared on monitoring, like how we monitor, like using a setup, audit trial, debug logs, and stuff. uh, Coming to the second one, yeah, I'm joining as an experienced person, not as a fresher, with 2 years experience, uh, for the role of technical support engineer in Salesforce. I'm joining. And okay, the third one, how much time it took to get job after training. So after internship, it took me around 3 months uh, to get a job. So initially, I gave couple of interviews. The first one with Salesforce, I couldn't clear in the managerial round, and also like I lost a couple of opportunities because of my 90-day notice period. But I keep on trying. So first I cracked Deloitte, and then Arrow Electronics, and then Salesforce. It took me around for interview preparation. It took me around 2 to 3 months. So Agile and Jira. So in Deloitte managerial round, I got this. No, I haven't learned any Agile or Jira. But in Deloitte managerial round, I got one question. So, which tool we use? Do you have any work experience with ServiceNow? Working on ServiceNow on stuff, and what process you follow in your organization, whether it is Agile or Jira. So I didn't learn anything in particular, but I just have a basic idea of what is Agile and what is Jira. Um, Coming to certifications, yes, I have done two certifications, admin and PD1, platform developer one. Yeah. Uh, Coming to Aura and LWC. So I don't have any experience on Aura and LWC, but yeah, I got a couple of questions in the technical round related to them regarding the call outs and stuff. But I couldn't answer them because I'm from a completely different domain, a mainframe domain. So development, I'm familiar with the basic stuff, like uh, whatever the topics that are taught in the uh, like admin and development batch, like Apex, asynchronous Apex, and some Visual Force basics and stuff. So LWC and Aura are not mandatory, but when you are applying for any development positions, like some senior positions as a consultant, or any other like senior positions, I think maybe they are mandatory. In my case, my total work experience is only 2 years. So yeah. Yeah, I strongly recommend you people to do internship because so they asked one particular question. So you are from a completely different domain. Why you? How can you prove yourself that you have a work experience on Salesforce? So the internship document stuff I worked on helped me a lot. So yeah, like I shared my screen and showed the documentation, the approval process I created, and all that stuff. I shared my screen and showed them, which initially helped me a lot in yeah. And So yeah, internship helped me so like I can answer like I'm from a different domain, so without work experience on Salesforce, internship helped me. Like I worked on that for a couple of days, a couple of months. So yeah, in that way internship helped. And also like uh, yeah, like that those documentations I did, which we usually submit to Shekhar during the calls, I shared them and showed them, and how we practically worked on the business scenarios given during the internship. Yeah, yeah, I did my internship from Mentalogic only. So yeah, the next one. The position I got in Salesforce is a technical support engineer. So it is basically a sales cloud project. I got as a role. The role I got is yeah, technical support engineer. And yeah, uh, yeah, like coming to Deloitte, they gave me something around 150%. Uh, I'm yeah negotiating with them, like some I am expecting somewhere around 200, and I'm doing negotiations with them. So and what they insisted is at that point of time I don't have any counter offers in hand. So they suggested like if you get any counter offer, maybe we may increase your salary. So in that time I got an offer from Arrow, and Arrow is quite less, offered quite less than Deloitte. So and in the meantime I got an offer from Salesforce, and they offered like a very huge, like a beyond, way beyond my expectations, like somewhere around almost 300%, that too for a support role to my experience. And yeah, no negotiations, I directly I'm planning to join Salesforce next month. Any LWC or integration questions in Deloitte? So as I told, right, we have two rounds. They call in technical discussion two rounds, RD1 and RD2. The first round will be taken by a consultant, and the second round RD2 will be taken by a senior consultant. Both the rounds will happen at the same time. So uh, she started asking questions on LWC, call outs. Do you have any experience, any work experience with the front end and stuff? Yeah, I didn't like I don't have any work experience with LWC, but yeah, she expect for that position they expect to know some basics. Integration, yes. They asked about what are the APIs, REST, SOAP, bulk, all these APIs. Just some basics would be, to my experience, they're expecting basics. Yeah, I told about um, yeah, some basics I've learned, and regarding to APIs integration, yeah. Uh, the projects they asked in interview. So I told them in the interview. So I worked on a project with Interlogic, their internship project, as a their project I worked on. So I opened my developer org. So these are the things I've worked on, and I practically showed them. I also documented that every week, what is the work I have done during the internship. And also in the resume also I mentioned this is the for example, I worked on a staffing project, company project with Interlogic, and in that project my role is a system administrator, and these are the works I have done. I mentioned that in the resume. So they asked much details about the project, like any uh, like any chance to work in development, any asynchronous apex scenarios you worked on, any tool experiences you gained in that project, any like tools like Workbench, Informatica, any change set deployment you had in that project. They ask to like go in depth in the in regarding that project. So yeah, I'm basically from electronics and I did my graduation in electronics and EC, electronics and communication background, and currently I'm working as a system programmer in mainframe domain. And yeah, I made a transition to Salesforce. uh, did they ask to write code? Yeah, like they asked to write code, but yeah, like one common question I came across, all like I gave a couple of interviews, and one common question I came across is they are asking a trigger scenario: implement a custom roll up summary field using a trigger and flows. That is one they expecting to write code in that scene. And some relationship query, write a relationship query to like get data from write a relationship query on primary object to get data from secondary, write a relationship query on secondary object to get data from primary. This is yeah, these are the few questions, few they asked me to write the code. And explain process for Salesforce company admin jobs. So currently, they are hiring for a position called Salesforce admin technical support engineer. You can go through LinkedIn or Naukri, and you may find that position. The minimum experience for that position is 2 years, and yeah, it is an more of an admin role. So yeah, they'll focus on admin related questions, security, automation, and stuff, and try to learn more knowledge on flows for that interview, because they expect you to create a flow, have knowledge on flows for that particular interview. Uh, yeah, interview didn't ask me anything about day-to-day work because I'm from a different background, mainframe background. So they didn't ask me anything about day-to-day work. Security related questions, I keep on revising the admin and development shaker sir videos. I keep on revising them. So I hope you guys remember, like this passport, the special passport scenario, how he given. So the same type of questions they used to ask, like uh, yeah, for security scenario based questions. Yeah, that is the process I followed. In Trailhead, I completed around 55 badges in Trailhead. Uh, JavaScript, no, nothing related to JavaScript questions I got in the interview. And how confident you are now as coming from mainframe. So this role is basically, I spoke to a couple of people after getting the offer from Salesforce. I spoke to a couple of people, like how the role will be, the like a technical support engineer in Salesforce. So yeah, the role will be like we'll be getting three to initially we'll be getting 4 to 5 incidents or cases per day, which we need to work on that. Which for that role, admin knowledge and basic development knowledge is enough. So yeah, I'm currently planning to upskill myself in Aura and LWC. And yeah, how many days you worked in internship? Around 10 weeks. I've done my internship in 10 weeks, 6 weeks for admin, and 4 weeks for development. Are they okay for 90 days notice period? Few companies, like some tier 2 companies interviews which I gave in the initial days, they are not okay. Like for suppose Aero Electronics, there is a company called Aero Electronics. They are not okay with the 90 days notice period. So Deloitte, I told after cracking that Deloitte, I told my notice period as 70 days, asking my manager for an early relieving. And yeah, Salesforce, they are okay. Like my friend recently got onboarded into Salesforce, and they are okay with a 90 days notice period. Salesforce, there are only 2 rounds: technical round and manager round. Very simple process. It will be, the whole process will be completed in a week. When it comes to Deloitte, it will be like 3 to 4 weeks. Um, yeah, they asked me to come to office from September. Uh, yeah, like no, it is not a rotation shift. They asked me to work on US based shift in Salesforce. And the project they have given me is a Sales Cloud project. They told me it is a Sales Cloud project. The requirement is for Sales Cloud project. Package is like I'm currently working for a base pay in IBM for the last 2 years. So I got something around almost around uh, double digit, not double digit, somewhere around 300%, almost 300% I got uh, hike from Salesforce. In Deloitte, I got around 150%. Yeah. uh, yeah. Thanks for joining. Any questions? You may reach out to me on LinkedIn. And I strongly suggest, if you are applying for Salesforce, go with a referral, because it will definitely better your chances. And when it comes to Deloitte, please update your Naukri and LinkedIn profiles, because they'll attach that as they'll keep your profile as an attachment in the interview invite. So the interviewers will check your now basically check your Naukri and LinkedIn profiles during the interview. So yeah, and definitely doing certifications and internship will better your chances, I believe. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thanks for listening, and